Hi everybody, this is Father Warner de Souza, and once again we come to you from the Archdiocesan Heritage Museum situated in Goregaon in the city of Mumbai. Before I go to the reflection, I want to tell you that I'm standing in front of a very interesting register. On the 1st of September 1886, Bombay was raised to the status of an archdiocese along with three other cities in India. And this register tells us of the couple that got married on that day, the 1st of September. It also has many other people who were married during that period of time. But if you really want to know who got married on the 1st of September when Bombay was raised to an archdiocese, you need to come to the museum when the pandemic is over and have a look at this beautiful register. But for now, we are in Friday of the first week in Ordinary Time. And the text is taken from Mark chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. The Gospel of today is the first of 5 controversial stories in the Gospel of Mark. We will see this in the section from chapter 2, verses 1, all the way down to chapter 3, verse 6. There is a growing opposition to Jesus from different religious groups, and ironically, the opposition begins as early as chapter 2 of the Gospel. So was it merely jealousy that led the opposition against Jesus? There was no doubt that this new itinerant rabbi on the block was certainly making waves. We are told in chapter 1 that the whole city had gathered around him in Capernaum, and that by the time he had healed the leper, it was impossible for him even to walk through town. So to answer the question, yes, it is highly probable that jealousy had set in. But there is more to it than meets the eye. In the miracle story narrated today, Jesus confronts his opponents with the words, "Why do you raise such questions in your hearts?" There were no words of anger or opposition spoken against Jesus, but he senses, as he does with us, what really happens in our hearts. The heart of the matter is the matter of the heart. This becomes all too evident as chapter 2 unfolds. These unspoken words become angry questions, as we will see in verse 16. And by the time we reach chapter 3, verse 6, words have now culminated into a deathly plot. For we are told that the Pharisees went out and immediately conspired with the Herodians against him, how to destroy him. In all of this, I seem to have left out the story of love at hand. The miracle of some people, 4 of whom lowered a paralyzed man and placed him before Jesus. Actually, I have not. There is a purpose in structuring this reflection the way I have, and that is simply to make a point. When hate gets in the way, love is very often obscured. The scribes could not see the actions of these some people. We don't know if these some people were even friends of the paralytic or merely people who got swept away by the moment. The scribes could not rejoice for a man who could not walk and now could pick up his mat and walk right out. The scribes could only hear words that did not fit in their scriptures, which now sounded alien to them. It seems like the long years that they spent searching the scriptures had now failed them, especially when it came to the moment to look into the hearts of others. For it is in their hearts that the question of hate were allowed to be sowed. So here's what I want to say to you today. Check your heart.